Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in the Suzuki Escudo and we are taking it to the track at the Tokyo 600. If you want to find a decent car to give you the grind, that little extra edge, that little bit shorter time, and to win that money, this could be that superb setup that you've been looking for. So without further ado, let's take you to the car. It's the V6 Escudo Pikes Peak Special 98. You will buy this from the Legend shop. The target for today's race is 600 pp and this comes in at 599.54, just on the side inside the target. The max power for this car today is 833 brake horsepower. It's going to carry a split set of tyres, so you won't be able to change tyres at the pit stop and have the same performance. We're going to run sports hards on the front and sports medium on the rear. This will help with the wet and the rain that you encounter at the Tokyo 600. The tyres will last the entire race, so there's no reason to worry about that at all. Suspension is modified, so we'll go through them. The body height is 75mm at the front, 95 at the rear. Anti-roll bar 4 at the front, 5 at the rear. Damping ratios 40-40. Damping ratio expansion 40-40. Natural frequency at 4 front, 4 rear. Negative camber 1 front, 1 rear. Toe angle 0.10 at the front and 0.20 at the rear. The differential gear is fully customizable. They are default settings, but I'll just refuse them. 10 at 20, 10 at the front and 10, 40, 20 at the rear. We'll set the vector, the torque centering differential, to 50-50. Now there are no modifications you can make to this car except for wheels in the auto body shop, but we'll go and put a specific set of wheels on this soon. So with that being the case, downforce at the front is at 200. It's the minimal. It's maximum at the rear at 700. Fully customizable ECU set down to 71. You don't need to worry about the ballast. It can be set to anywhere. Doesn't change the PP. It remains exactly the same. Power restrictor at 99. Transmission will be manual and we'll set the gears to specific settings. You want the final drive, the top speed at 330 km per hour. Manual adjust. So for first gear it's 5.171 at 91 miles per hour. Second 3.521 at 133 miles per hour. Third is 2.612 at 180 miles per hour. Fourth is 2.034 at 231 miles per hour. Fifth is 1.661 at 283. And sixth is 1.426 at 342. I might have said miles per hour, that's kilometers per hour, it doesn't actually say it. So the final drive is 2.230. We will run the high RPM turbo today. Everything else remains the same. Brake balance you can do with what you wish. We leave it in the centre. There's no other upgrades to this car. Down in the car customization menu in GT Auto. The wheels for this car are the Rays Volks Racing GTCs. You can choose the particular colour that you like, but there's a specific setup for them. These wheels need to be set to 18-inch. Standard size for rim width, but offset wide. Let's get to the track. So the Tokyo 600 race, we've done this a number of times. As you can see in the top right hand corner, we have recorded a first place a number of times. Fuel consumption is at 3 times, tyres at 25 times. We should be good with tyres because we're going to try and run in the wet zones as much as we possibly can as it starts to dry up. With fuel, we'll need to fill up at the end of the 9th lap. If we're going to run this at fuel map 1, you might feel you want to try and stretch the fuel to the end of 12 laps, and that would be entirely up to you. But we're going to try and set the fastest possible lap time and also try and lap as many cars as we possibly can. This car is going to be that quick. So at the Tokyo Expressway, our settings for today's will be assists, traction control 1, default ABS, everything else off. Our controller settings, I'm using a G29, it will be controller steering sensitivity 5, force feedback max torque 5, force feedback sensitivity 6. Well, without further ado, this is going to be one of the fastest cars you drive around here, except for the Tomahawk. There is going to be no wall riding. We will not wall ride this event, even though I'm told that wall riding will not invalidate your clean race bonus. The only thing that's going to invalidate your clean race bonus is slamming into other cars. So we're going to try and avoid that today. Let's see if we can go and do it. So here we go then, folks. The Tokyo 600, probably the fastest you'll ever do it without a wall ride and not in the Tomahawk. So keep an eye on the fuel map. We need 9 laps. We don't really. I think we could pit it anywhere after 6, to be honest. But we're going to try and exploit the fastest lap time with the lowest amount of fuel. The car is going to be extremely quick by lap 9, low fuel weight, with the best level of grip in the tyres. We're in a 5th place already at the end of the start-finish straight. We didn't make the magic 200. We just checked the fuel there. Where's the brake balance? We're going to put that to the front to keep the pressure off the rear tyres. Mr. Cookerbun makes a gap for us, that's beautiful. Coming round on Mr. Gallo now. We weren't quick enough to take a dive up his inside. But as we changed it to 4th gear, we would just scootle past and be in 1st place before the end of the first half of the first lap. Could have done that in 4th gear, I think. There we go. Not necessarily the slowest part of the circuit, but the circuit where you've got to be quite deliberate not to slide out and hit the walls. Braking on the 150. So we're 3.5 seconds ahead of Mr. Gallo as we approach the start-finish line. Just gauge where we are with this first lap time. A 2:15.8 is one of the quickest laps we've ever done. Let's take a look at the fuel. 8.4 laps remaining, that's good. We're just going to try and keep these rear tyres cool. We've put the brake balance to the front to make sure that we restrict the wear on braking really to the fronts. We're not going to use the brake balance for feel. We're just going to use it to, as we say, preserve the rears. Put the brake pressure to the front of the vehicle. A little bit waggly going into that corner, but 10 seconds up at this point is pretty impressive. Those white horizontal lines just flicking past the car so quickly. Mesmerizing to the eyes as we follow the natural line around the corner. 13 seconds ahead. Do we think a sub 2 minute is possible at this point? "14 seconds ahead of Mr. Gallo. I feel we could already push that 150 to 125. .8 seconds ahead. This will be a 2:01 if we can get it across the line. That's decent. What can we get the lap time down to? Can the next lap time be less than a 2? Or can it be a 2 dead? There we go, it's a 2:0. Absolutely tip top for the first lap out. See if we can beat that now. So can we go sub 2? 190 mile an hour. Let's try and cool those tyres down at the end of the straight there as the dry line starts to appear. Braking on the 150. Potentially the slowest part of the track at 68 miles an hour. I saw on the speedo gauge there. Oh, we clipped 2 walls there, that's not good. That's affected the lap time. So we'll come down and we'll catch the final timing for the zone for this last lap. See if we can get across the start finish line comfortably before it goes to red. See if it's purple. It is purple, but it won't be less than a 2.0. We'll have to go again. We're 28 seconds in the lead. Just at the end of lap 3. 6.4 laps of fuel remaining. A 2.04. A 2.00.4. Wow. Gallo in second, Suswillow third, Cookerman fourth, Hizal fifth, Beauvoir sixth, Fraga seventh, Blazen in eighth. There's no 7th gear, it feels like it needs it. Can't get the front of the car to turn. I wonder if the gears could do with a little bit more optimization to try and top 200 on the straight. That would be pretty epic, because its speed through these tighter sections is absolutely awesome. It does 100 mile an hour plus underneath the bridge. Threading the iron needle at 130 mile an hour around that corner is so impressive. Just a little bit down on the previous fastest lap. See if we can get this car down into the 59s now. .40 seconds ahead by the end of lap 4. Just outside the time, but still in the 2.0s. Right, is a 159 possible? Fuel weight is going down now. Let's see what the timing is like at the end of this straight. 190. Can we at 191? There it is. 192. No, 193 with .034 up. 0034, so indicators are that we can go faster. We just keep clipping the walls as we run out of corners. Just need to try and keep that in control. Half second up. I saw at 101 at the slowest point there. Trying to get that braking point right. I'm using the 125 now. 125 meters out, we're braking. We're probably actually pressing the brake just before the 100. But that's 2 seconds up. That means we could be in the 158s really early. That's awesome. A 158.4. 53 seconds in the lead. Lap 6 we're on now. That's good. We're pushing on. Count 0.011 up on the previous fastest lap. See what we can do here. Mr. Gallo goes to the pits on lap 6. Changing his tyres with 0.35 up. Get this car turned around and get it in a straight line as soon as possible. See what the potential time is. Oh, could be marginally quicker. We lost 0.3 of a second going through that final sector. That was just waiting for the apex to come round as we came out of that hairpin. And the first car in front of us to be lapped. Oh, we were just 0.1 down. So Mr. Gentry to be lapped on lap 7. Let's see if we can pick up some draft. See if we can top out of that 192. He's trying to break it. He doesn't want it. 194, 195 maybe? No. He didn't help us with the draft at all, did he? But we gained a 10th all the way down that straight. Rear tyres looking really comfortable. Their wear rate is going to slow down very soon, I think, as they start to really chunk up the grip. We've maintained that 1/10 lead. 4th gear early. Not entirely sure we're going to be any quicker at this point. Mr. Beauvoir's gone to the pits. Felt very slow coming out of there that time. 0.4 down. Going on to lap 8. 2 laps remaining. 1 minute 28 seconds in the lead because now pit stops are taking effect. As we approach Mr. Solis, we go past Mr. Beauvoir in 12th place. We've lapped up to position 12. Don't think we're going to get the draft from Mr. Solis at any effect. He's wandering around a little bit. Let's... He looks to be taking a blocking line there. Didn't really do anything to help us on our way, but the least he could have done was just get out of our braking line. Maybe we're moving so quickly he didn't see us come. Maybe that's what it is. We're a second down due to Mr. Solace at this point. Traffic, let's put it down to Mr. Miazano. We'll take up the next timing point just round this corner. We're a further 0.7 down. Time we're never going to get back. That looks like Mr. Grady just in front of Mr. Yamanaka. Oh, we might have just invalidated there. One lap remaining of fuel. We're going to go through and pick up the lead by the looks of it, unless that's Mr. Gallo. There is Mr. Gallo just in front. The last lap was a 58. This is a 2:01 caused by traffic. And this is our last lap. They call it a clean race bonus for a reason. Clean means not crossing any of the white lines to make the lap invalidated, or assaulting any of your competitors. We'll have to see how severe the penalty is. .1 seconds down. That's not brilliant as we go to the pits. We keep clipping those walls. We've gone too deep. As we go into the pits, we're not going to change tyres, we're just going to take 3.2 laps of fuel. I was looking round just to make sure everything was on tick. There we go. 3.2 laps of fuel. Third place Mr. Cookerman, fourth place Mr. Yamanaka go past. So we're back into the traffic. Got to see if we can put in some swanky last laps. Get that time down. Mr. Yamanaka moving around over the track, just either avoiding the wet patches or doing his best to catch some cooling patches. See if we can catch Mr. Cookerman. Mr. Cookerman left the gap that we needed. We go absolutely hooning past him. There's Mr. Gallo. We won't get any sort of update on where we are for fastest lap on a pit out lap. We can't beat it anyway. It's not possible to measure the 2 laps. That was a severely slow roll out of that corner in second, wasn't it? We need to think about potential improvements there. So here we are then, back on the fastest lap hunt. We've got 2 laps to complete. Lap 11, lap 12. Gallo goes to the pits. Cookabun begins the chase. He's over a lap down. He's not going to be able to chase us, so it's all about us versus the clock. 22:45, 24:45 is where we anticipate the clock finishing. Just concentrating as we half a second down. Still going to be a 58 if we carry it on. Going to break on the 120 I'm aiming for. First gear double apex this corner. Oh, we lost 0.3 around the final hairpin. Breaking that a little bit later didn't give us any of that impetus. So this will be a 159 as we go into the final lap with 1.4 laps of fuel remaining. It's a 9.195. That's pretty decent. We don't get an update on time. Gallo is in 4th place behind Suswillow in 3rd. Cookabun is 2nd. 190 something, 190 as we enter the braking zone. Didn't make number 193 we've shown before. Unassisted with no draft. Oh, we're still slow. What we don't know though is whether this is going to be the clean race bonus race that we were looking for. We don't know that because we had a tap on the back door of Mr. Suswillow, I think, as we came into that final hairpin. But let's see how we go. 1.173 seconds. So the fastest lap of the race is a 1:58.417. We're looking down to the bottom left now to look at that clock to see if we're going to beat the 24:45. It's going to smash it. A 36, absolute rocket ship. And there she is. What a great little car. A 1:58.417, the fastest lap. Everybody lapped with a 24:36.36. So it's up to you folks. If you don't own it, I urge you to go and own it. Try that setup. We won the clean race bonus. That's quite a forgiving little finish. Increasing the bank balance. And increasing our mileage for the day. There she is folks, I can't say enough. What an absolutely terrific little car. It's one of those vehicles that if it isn't in your collection, it needs to be. What more can I say? Other than, we'll see you on the next one. All the best, take care.